Oh, shit. Hi. Perfect. Welcome, everybody, to the Renegade Realm Podcast. I need to blow that up. There we go. That's what she said. Welcome, everybody, to the Renegade Realm Podcast, episode 125. I'm excited to be here. Why? Nah, I don't know. Just feeling good today. Got plenty of sleep. Got plenty of coffee. Got plenty of Battlefield 6.
That was like a DeMarco intro there. You had the little growl in your voice. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the Renegade Realm Podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Red Wolf Renegade. Oh God, I'm gonna make myself puke. Okay, everyone's like unsubscribe. But thank you all so much.
Make sure that you hit the dislike button to let YouTube know how much. Is it on mobile? Who's on their phone? Can you guys see if on your phone YouTube is using this stupid bubble format too? Because I think that is so goddamn ugly.
What is it? What is it doing?
It's just they changed the way like the pause button, the volume button, the live button, all like the settings for what, like if you want autoplay on or the quality of the video, they're all in this bubble format and it looks hideous in my opinion.
Okay, maybe I thought you were talking about something else, but
it looks so ugly.
Either way, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Thank you all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate everyone. Thank you to all the channel members, like the ones I see in chat. Barry Donnellan, American Fury, Highlander Grimm, Brewhood. Thank you. And everyone else that I haven't mentioned that's not here, like Cold Eastwood, Hargeet Chani, and I still have not updated that list, and I apologize. But shout out to Tegan, who's also here. Web Dave says, everyone hit the like button. Please do that. It's free. Do it. Thank you. Gray Moda, Drake Williams, Cypher, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Well. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Sapphire CC says, hey, yeah. Wait, that's a different song.
Hey,
I'm thinking, hey, now.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Hey, yeah.
That was it. Uh-oh. Yeah, that takes me back. That takes me back. You know what song I got stuck in my head today?
Black Eyed
It's,
Peas.
oh, go ahead.
That was Black Eyed Peas.
It was?
Hey, yeah.
What? That was like early 2000s. It had to have been early before
Wait,
they
is it
were.
Outkast? Hold on.
It may...
There's
Listen.
nothing called Hey Yeah by Outkast.
Okay. What was the song? It's like, we're gonna run with these lions. Is this good content? Let us know. We're having a just a nostalgic moment. There was a song I had stuck in my head today, and I was like, man, that's a throwback. And now I can't even remember it because I'm old. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. We're gonna get into everything.
It is Outkast. It's not Black Eyed Peas.
Okay. Were there any members of Outkast?
I'm thinking of Pump It! Pump It! I'm thinking of Pump It.
Okay.
Pump
No
It.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. I love that. See, I thought Peacemaker was. Where is Assassin? He's dead. But
Was assassinated.
yeah. So I'm here for the tomfoolery. Thank you. Honestly, man, that's what this podcast was. I mean, it still is. And I feel like lately I've been struggling for topics. And back in the day, we never worried about that. We just effed around and had a fun time and just made jokes and talked about nothing and everything at the same time. And it was great. So if you're here for that, hit the like button. Let's get into it. DeMarco, my friend, how are you? How's your camera doing? And what have you been into this week?
I too watched season 2 of Peacemaker. I loved the first season. I thought it was fantastic. The second season I thought was a lot more mixed. I appreciated what he did, James Gunn did, because he took like season 1, and he said this during interviews. I've watched some of the interviews, not all of them, But he said season 1 was about Peacemaker, season 2 was about Christopher Smith, right? The guy underneath Peacemaker. And I think he did a great job with that. I like to see sort of that it was very low stakes. It wasn't a world-ending threat. I like that it was a very personal story, a very self-contained story. The ending was, and I think sort of unanimously, a lot of people were like, that season finale was terrible. Dude, it was like, the last episode of that show, and everybody knows this who watches, like, I like James Gunn, I like his, I don't think he makes cinematic masterpieces, but I think he makes fun popcorn flicks, and he stays in his lane. He's very good at staying in his lane with that. What I will say is, the last episode was just pure, it was everything the worst about James Gunn, in the sense that it was pure self-indulgence the entire time. The entire time.
Okay,
like,
so he was doing what people...
There were two full-length, like, songs of a band playing on stage, because he puts in his licensed music.
Right.
And it was 2 full-length songs of the band playing on stage, and then he was, like, in the crowd. Like, he's in this behind, like, in the crowd in the background.
Yeah.
So it was just literally self-indulgence, where he's like, I have the budget, I'm gonna stick these guys, and in his head, because you listen to how he speaks during interviews, and he's like, dude, I just thought it'd be, like, so sick if I, like, put these guys on stage, and I was just sitting there, and, like, and I was just, and so he just wanted to watch concert. He just wanted to see these guys play live. He had the budget to get these guys to come in and play these songs live, and he got to watch them live, and it was just, it was pure self-indulgence, and it was too much. Like, that's an example where I would say bad, and I give him, I wag my finger.
Yeah.
Bad.
That's what I've heard. I haven't had a chance to get into it yet. I do want to watch it because I know it ties into whatever is happening with DCU, which seems like it's kind of in trouble from what we're hearing. But
it's not in trouble. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Is
people
it,
like
though?
literally.
You could tell me, because I'm not. I only listen to some of the critics that I follow.
They were trying to attribute that Superman lost a bunch of money. It's 50-50 on that. Like, it actually made money. Some people said it didn't because of after the marketing and everything.
Right, 300 million.
Theaters. But that doesn't incorporate. Yeah, it made 300 million in the box office, but that doesn't incorporate the merchandise sales. It doesn't incorporate, like,
which they always use, by the way. Whenever people say, like, this movie made, $1 billion or whatever, that's not just the movie made $1 billion. That's everything that has to do with that movie. All the merchandise.
300, as far as I know, as far as I know, someone maybe can correct me on this, but as far as I know, the 300 million was the box office. It doesn't include the merchandising. So, doesn't include the merchandising, doesn't include, like, if people... I'm not saying there's droves of folks going out to subscribe to HBO Max after Superman hit streaming, right?
Yeah.
But if there was any bump in revenue on that, that's not there. So 300 million in garbage. Since when was 300 million garbage in theaters? Like, people people said it was flopping because they compared it to Aquaman, and Aquaman made
it made $1 billion, literally.
It made a dummy amount of money.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, that was that to me is more of the anomaly than Superman making 300 mil.
AWATS TTV. Hi, hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Superman's not a
Thank you so much.
Character. As popular as, like, a Batman, I should say.
Yeah, you'd think that, like, in the DC universe, whenever it comes to like the heroes leading, like, who is the face of the DC universe? It's Batman. People would argue that the next besides that is Superman, but, like, he hasn't been popular.
But he's not popular.
Right, that's a really good way to put it. He's well known, but, like, people aren't, like, craving for a good Superman movie. They're just kind of like, whatever. Which is, by the way, why whenever I went to go see Superman the movie, I wasn't like, I've said this 100 times. I watched it. I was like, you know what? Let me just see what it's about. Let me get. Oh, you got the Da Vinci, or not Da Vinci? No, yeah, Da Vinci, right? Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo DiCaprio painting. Joker painting. That's what it is. That's what it is. The famous painter Leonardo DiCaprio. When I saw the James Gunn Superman, and I would equate it to if anyone here has ever seen an animated DC Superman movie, that's literally what it was, but with a lot of the James Gunnisms. And for that, I was like, it was okay. It was okay. Like, I didn't hate it. I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't like, this sucks. I was just like, it was a movie, and I can't be mad at it. You know, do I need more? Not really, but I don't hate it, you know. But whatever. Let's see. Thank you all so much for being here. Fuzzy Tomato, I see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Barry Donnellan says over 600 worldwide, 300 domestic. Yeah, and that's after the marketing and everything, right? American Fury is, it's hard to write for a character who is almost invulnerable. Yeah, and that is kind of difficult. You want to see your characters have some struggle to be a little bit more relatable.
I don't know, like, all right, so they're saying 600 million isn't good, but like I just looked up Spider-Man Far From Home. It says Spider-Man Far From Home made 339 million. So
that's insane.
And Spider-Man is a massively popular Marvel character. Like, I would say, as far as popularity goes, of like, I would say Spider-Man is one of the bigger Marvel characters, right?
Well, I would say Spider-Man is Marvel.
Oh, wait,
just the way that Batman.
Actually, that was. This is why I don't trust. This is why I hate AI. That was a stupid AI box that said that. This one is saying 1 billion at the global box.
I was gonna say, I thought that Far From Home was like the biggest grossing movie for Marvel since Endgame.
Yeah, that's it. That said 1 billion. So okay. Yeah. That's why I don't like AI.
AI. God. Let's see, Brewhood, he says, "Yo, Red, what's playing in the background behind you? Is that an actual robot?" Yes, that is. It's an actual robot. I have music playing very softly, just so I can barely hear it, but also to have some sort of cyberpunk something in the background to match all the lights and stuff. That's what that is. So it's just like a live playlist, and I switch it up every now and then. Tegan says, Far From Home is the weakest of the Tom Holland movies. Well, Andrew. Well, yeah, the other Spider-Man in that movie are the ones that kind of made it for what it is. I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I don't know why. I don't hate him. I think his movies are good, but like I'm just ready for him to grow the hell up. I'm like, can you grow up? Fuck. He's been like 15 years old for 20 years.
He's getting older. Have you seen him recently? He's getting older.
No, does he have a beard now? You think he can grow a beard? You think Tom Holland has the? I can't see it. I feel like he's one of those, like, you know how some people can grow. No offense to you people, not you people, but the people that can't grow beards. If you try to grow a beard, you get like this little like mustache that like doesn't connect or anything. You get like this little bit. Arcane. Speaking of it, Arcane has that. He's cursed with that. That's probably what Tom Holland. He's cursed with that. Anyway, what else you been into, man? You been playing anything and reading anything?
We all, yeah. Myself, which I don't know, Assassin maybe is joining late. But Assassin was very generous and gifted me Battlefield because I had an insane past week or so. That was a lot going on, and so I said, like, I don't have the money to get Battlefield right now.
Yeah.
There's other things on the priority list, and Assassin very generously got the game for me. So we hopped on Battlefield. We had a blast. I was screaming like a lunatic.
Awesome.
Running in, charging. I was having a lot of fun. I had enough fun that even today I booted it up like during the middle of the day, had some time, booted it up, was playing on my own, enjoyed it just as much. If the show ends on time, wouldn't mind, and we were able to jump right into it, I wouldn't mind, but that doesn't happen ever, so I'm not planning on it. But, I've been really enjoying Battlefield. I do agree, there was something that came out recently with I Am Wildcat. He does Let's Plays with like H2O Delirious and Vanoss and some others on YouTube, giant Let's Play channels. And he put out a tweet that basically said, I don't understand the hype with Battlefield 6.
I saw that.
And I agree with it. He said, he goes, I don't understand. I really don't get the hype around Battlefield 6. It's not, and and a lot of people were arguing with him in the comments, saying things like, "Oh, well, it's a return to form, and it's such a great Battlefield game, and this and that," and they're all true points, but none of those points are anything that necessarily make it this most amazing Battlefield game ever made, right? None of it, nothing that anybody brings up makes it this most phenomenal Battlefield. It's Battlefield. And that's not a diss against Battlefield, right? That's a compliment, because Battlefield has a very good formula. But it's not this revolutionary thing. I completely agree with that sentiment. And it really also is a product of its time. Like, that's where a lot of its popularity is coming from. Because you do have Call of Duty that went in the complete extreme, and I'm not going to spend too long on this, but Call of Duty went in the extreme Fortnite direction. Battlefield hasn't been out for a while. They've had a series of missed launches, and now suddenly they do come back, and we're doing it grounded. The one beautiful thing I will say about Battlefield is there's no battle pass.
Yeah.
And it was almost the first thing that I noticed. Other than the first thing I noticed was how much I hate the main menu UI. That was the first thing I noticed. And I hate it. I think it's terrible. But because I don't like this Netflix style browsing, I don't know why everything
It's
is
the
going
Windows, right? It looks like an Xbox menu kind of. It's like cubes.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But especially, it's meant for console, really. When you're on PC, it's just inconvenient. But
yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah,
having to
it's
scroll.
meant for console.
Yeah.
And the second thing I genuinely noticed was that there was no battle pass. And then you're playing, and you just feel it when you're playing through this game, and you're seeing the level goes up, and you're unlocking the attachments, and it's just like I'm playing the freaking game. Legendary drops. I didn't watch. I saw the beginning of it, and then I like Legendary drops. But the thing about his videos, you can watch the first 5 minutes and then go, okay, like, and then it's 20 minutes long. Yeah, like I get it. Yeah, you know, and then it goes on for another 15. But he's really well spoken. He's really well spoken. He brings up great points.
Yeah.
But it's also sort of the points that I already agree with too a lot of the time. So I don't need to really I don't need that confirmation bias. But yeah, so I noticed there was no battle, but he kind of touched on that too. That it's natural progression. It's not this type of thing that's like, hey, come back and play every day. Like, oh, did you finish your dailies? Like, oh, you gotta come in and get your challenges done. Oh, did you get the skin? Like, oh, look at this limited time bundle going on.
Right.
Seeing all that crap, it's not there, and it was so. And that's the thing that makes me want to go back and play again, because I know I'm not thinking about the metagame parts of it. I'm just thinking, hey, I could go in and play some Battlefield, man. Not.
Right.
Did I do the challenges? Did I do the battle pass? And I got the premium, and the ads are coming up, and the microtransaction, the extra currency, and I only have this much of this currency, but I want that skin. Hate that nonsense. Now, will they introduce it later? Honestly, I'm expecting they will.
Fuzzy Tomato says, "Don't worry, the battle pass will be there for season 1. It starts on the 28th." Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they do that. I mean, the thing is, like, they have to monetize it in some way. And I was actually thinking about this the other day while I was in the shower, naked, if you can believe that. That's how I shower. I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking about this. I'm like, what if they started to bring back map packs in like packs, like actual DLC, $7, $10, $15, whatever. But it actually is like content to the game where you feel like you're actually missing out. But
They're
you buy it and you own it all. No, I know. Listen, I'm just speaking hypothetically. Come on. But it's like $5 for a map.
Map packs.
I do too. But imagine, like, you buy it.
To map packs.
You buy it and you own it all. It's not like you buy it and then you have to earn it more. It's like, fuck, I just bought it. It's like with the season pass. It's $10 and then you don't get any of it. You just you unlock the ability to earn it. I'm like, and I understand that's fine for some people, but like you just said, Battlefield 6 didn't even launch with a battle pass or any sort of like reward tier system.
And it's gonna get its great reviews, and everyone's gonna praise it, and then they're gonna come in and slam you with the monetization. Because I was just about to say,
yeah,
I hadn't read Fuzzy Tomato's comment yet, but I was like, I know it's coming. They're going to implement it, but they wanted to do that grace period where everyone's like, look how good the game is, and they get the reviews all come out. There's no microtransactions in it, and then now they can just go whatever they want because everybody already bought the game. You're past your refund periods if you're playing on Steam. You've already gotten past that, and they're like, sucker. Gotcha.
Got your ass. Yeah, exactly. Oh, see, now I gotta play the sound by. And the thing is, There we go. It's Vincent Pella, who is like a G in the industry. I feel like he would be the one at this point to be like, let's bring it back old school. Let's say $8 for 2 maps or whatever. You know, like Battlefield 3 Metro or whatever. I know. I'm just saying they're not. Just because they're not doesn't mean we can't talk about what if they did. Everyone would be buying it. Everyone would be buying it. It'd be insane, man. Anyway, but we will get more into Battlefield here soon. But as far as what I've been into, yeah. Oh, what did he say? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Yeah, he is. Is he one of those? Does he actually plays games? You think? You think? Okay. He's not like Jim Ryan, where he's like holding his controller like this, or he's like, I game. Here we go. Here we go. Woo. Anyway, so anyway, but shout out to everyone here. Almost 20 people here, on and off. If you guys could hit the like button, that'd be amazing. Shout out to BT Maverick, says I am late. Assassin's mic is really quiet. I'll have to work on that. DeMarco is quiet. I don't think you're muted. You might be really quiet. There you go. Now say something.
Whoa! Thank you for letting me know I was quiet. He did that because I usually end up screaming. So
Let me try.
now say something. Use that to compensate for my insanity.
I actually did have to turn you down. Whoopsie.
Keep going.
Is that better?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll keep going, and then Jack can let us know how it is. Hey.
Oh wait, God, did I just turn myself up? Is that better? Am I louder now? Still quiet. Now I'm loud. I'm so loud. Oh my God.
Well, my question would be.
Hang on. I'm so sorry, guys. Here, let me oh, love it. Still cry. It's pretty bad. DeMarco is muted. He's not muted. There you go. Say something, DeMarco.
It's not in my sound settings. I can say that much. So I wonder if your audio in OBS is.
It could be. It could be. Let me turn this up a little bit. There you go. Hopefully that does it. We'll just test it as we go along. Yeah, go ahead and say something.
I hope that I sound good. Thank you, chat, for bearing with us as we try to get through little technical difficulties. It's been a long time since you've had a technical difficulty.
Yeah, you're really quiet. What is up with that? I'm so sorry, guys. We'll try to speed through this. I'll try to mess with it as and I'm so fucking loud. Oh my God, I am so horrible. Horrible. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. While I try to, it's still really quiet. I'll try to figure it out. Here, let me just crank this up here. Boom, boom, and boom. Hang on, let me hit back 34. We're gonna go to 18. All right, now, DeMarco, tell me your favorite type of Italian food.
Oh my God, I make a delicious layered chicken. I don't even know where this recipe came from. You take a little chicken, fry it up, mozzarella. I can tell that I'm loud enough now.
You are? Okay, good, fantastic. Yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you so
mozzarella,
much.
Spinach, tomato, put some balsamic vinegar. Ooh.
Sorry, I was listening to the rest of the feedback to make sure it was good. All right, yeah, guys, tell us throughout the show if it's good. I'm so sorry about that. I've never seen. Maybe I did something. Whatever. Thank you so much, BT Maverick. $5 super. $5 super chat. I just tagged you guys on Jeff Grubb's. What? On Jeff Grubb breaking embargo on the Giant Bomb podcast for Keeper. I clipped the video before they cut his interview out of the pod. Yeah, Jeff Grubb broke embargo for Keeper because there were some people that got the game, or sorry, that got other games that didn't get Keeper, and some people were kind of worried about that. I figured that was some people picking and choosing because it's sort of, Double Fine games aren't for everyone. Like, personally, I see the charm in them. My one and only Double Fine game that I've ever really loved was Stranger's Wrath. Love that game. And, of course, you're a bounty hunter, and it's amazing. It's actually one of the first games growing up that I played alongside Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Red Dead Redemption 1, where the bounty hunter stuff was really turned me on to that whole aspect. But thank you for tagging us, man. I really appreciate that. A little higher for DeMarco. All right, I'm gonna keep cranking this thing up. Whenever Assassin gets in here, it's gonna like be.
It's gonna mess everything up.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll just go along. But thank you so much for tagging us in that. I appreciate it. It's like whenever we were tagged with Xbox Era, and I'm like, they don't care. They don't care who we are. But I do appreciate that so much, and thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I hope that they don't get in trouble for that. I feel like they got a pretty good pedigree. That I don't know, but then again, we've seen bigger channels like Mr. Matty get in trouble for breaking embargo by accident. Or not? Sorry, was it Mr. Matty? No, sorry, that was Dragon Age Veilguard. That was a whole thing, wasn't it? That was a whole thing. Anyway.
Yeah, that was a big accident though, and he was feeling terrible about that. I think if I'm remembering the right thing.
You sound wonderful now. Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Great. A little higher for DeMarco. Perfect. Okay. Italians put balsamic vinegar on everything. I don't know. I do that. I put vinegar on everything too. But then again, I have Norwegian in me and olive oil. Dion, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Do yourself a favor and play Psychonauts 2, says American Fury. I've heard that it's really great. I haven't. I've heard that there's this really funny gag, like in the very beginning, where since Psychonauts 1 and Psychonauts 2 are so far apart in real life, they're like 15 years apart, and I heard that something happens at the very beginning of the game where the character walks out and he's like, "Wow, I haven't been here in like 2 days," or something like that, because you expect him to say like 10 years. I just heard that anecdotally on another podcast years ago. I know that the humor is there, so yeah, I definitely should definitely give it a try.
I haven't been into any Double Fine either. Like, Keeper looked the most interesting to me out of any of the Double Fine games, but it's never been a studio that I walked away from and I went, "Oh, I need that," It's sort of like they're sort of like Bloober for me in that sense, where Bloober games, I always see them and I go, "Oh, that looks really cool. Like, that looks really fun." And then I end up skipping them or missing them, or by the time that I am ready to sit down and play them, it's been so long. I don't know if anybody else ever has this, where you see a game that you just have sat on forever and you're like, "Man, it's too old now. I can't. I can't play that now."
And it's flat because you sat on it for so long.
Yeah, a little squish.
But then it fits into the console with the disc. It just fits right in there.
It does. Yeah, but
Which
it's
is
probably
good.
got some scratches on the bottom, so it can't read it.
I always sit on my discs, like disc side up, so that way it's facing, the cheek, which is the soft
What if
side.
you're wearing something like jeans?
When I sit on discs, I don't wear pants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do a disc per cheek just to go ahead, because I don't have a lot of time in the day. You know what I mean? If you're gonna sit on a disc, do 2 at once.
You gotta do 2 at once.
Yeah, because we ain't got time to be messing around. So just get it in there, and that's how you know. And this is why GameStop gives you so little money whenever you do return to like, did you sit on it? I'm like, yes. They're like, okay, that gets you get 50% more. Here you go. Here's $5. You're like, thanks. It's a whole business that we have to run together as a team. Anyway, is this Red Wolf After Dark? It is. You know what? It is. I do. Dude, I sat on my nuts the other... Oh, my God. It was so bad. It was so bad. And it was right as I was getting out of the vehicle. You scoot forward. I can't even describe. You scoot forward, and it's like... It's a whole thing.
No, you can't describe it. Not on stream.
And I won't.
You literally can't.
But I did. Oh, my God. And, like, I had my stomach... Oh, it was so bad. And it was right as we were doing a wedding. Like, It was a whole thing. But anyway, as far as what I've been playing... what have I been playing?
What discs have you fit into the console?
What discs I fit? Oh, okay. So I have never. So I started Outer Worlds years ago, the first one. Whenever it was on Game Pass, before Cyberpunk 2077 came out. And I started it. Not like I wasn't excited for it, but I was already in that headspace of like, I'm so tired of first-person RPGs because you can customize your character and then you never see him again. I've talked about this a ton. So I went in with that that headspace, like, okay, Cyberpunk is coming out soon. Let me play Outer Worlds to sort of let me just try to get out of my own head about this first-person RPG thing. I played it and I was already pissed off. I was like, can't see my character. I hate another. I was just crying and screaming the entire time. And so I put it down.
Customize them.
Right, just don't customize. But they do have like this nice idle camera.
Just pick a generic preset. Just pick a generic preset.
Well, so I played about 6 hours and then tweak the hair. Right. Well, so I played about 6 hours back then, and it wasn't like angry putting it down. I was like, I'm just not in the right mood to play this. So Outer Worlds 2 is coming out soon. And I'm like, you know what? I will get Outer Worlds 2, but I'm not going to buy it and play it if I don't give the first one its due. Similar to how like I'm going to get Final Fantasy 16, even though it has nothing to do with each other. I just feel like I had to give that game its due before I move on to the next iteration. And I was like, let me just get. So I actually went and bought like a month or so ago. Bought on sale Outer Worlds 1. Even got a steelbook for a really good price. It's a beautiful steelbook. Finally started playing it just the other day and then realized it has a survival mode. And I'm like, what the flip? I had no idea. Dude, you have to eat, sleep, drink, pee, poop. You don't need to pee and poop, but eat, sleep, drink. You have to, and you can only sleep on your ship. You can only manually save on your ship. There's no fast travel.
Which makes no sense, by the way. Like, those are mechanics that make absolutely zero sense. You can't save on your ship. That's not a...
No. You can only save on your ship.
You can only save on your ship. You can only sleep on your ship. Why can't I find a bed anywhere else besides on my ship?
I 100% agree with that.
Sense whatsoever.
Why can't I go to an inn?
I've hated... Like, Skyrim's survival mode did this, too. And Fallout's did this when it came out. Where you can only save when you sleep. And it's the dumbest thing in the world because that doesn't create... That just creates an inconvenience. Maybe someone like you likes it though, because you're insane and
it creates tension and it creates more of like
not the right type of tension.
So for me personally, it's kind of like Dark Souls. It's like you are being extra careful because you know like you didn't just save before you walked into a room and you're like I can just do whatever I want because I just saved. This makes you feel like, and your companions can die permanently. So you have to be like, okay, I got to approach everything, and I know that if I fail, I'm going to have to load back, and if I don't tell my companion to go wait over here for a minute, let me go scout ahead, she could run it, or he or whoever can run in there and just die immediately, and it's all my fault. It just adds so many more elements to the game, and I'm loving it so far. Now, there have been a few times already where I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to run from my ship all the way to this area, kill everyone, and then run back to my ship, save, and then that way, I'm like, oh man, I'm already doing that survival thing where I'm like safe scumming in a really painstaking way that's like just a detriment to my enjoyment. But I'm really loving it so far, and I might just end up scrapping it, but I am loving it so far. So I've been playing that, and I loaded up Skyrim again, still trying to fix this bug where it won't let me download Frostfall at all. And I've uninstalled the game. I've even completely deleted all my saves like that I've ever had with Skyrim. Like, deleted the save data, cleared my cache, power cycled my console, and then I load up Skyrim, and it's like, this mod relies on another mod. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's Frostfall. This is the mod. Really frustrated with that because Frostfall is like a huge. It's like a huge thing for me.
Sure.
You can help me with that, please, because I am dying to play Skyrim again. Again, I want to play survival. I want to walk around, no fast travel, and sit on my cubes, as chat says. But yeah, I would actually love for some help. I was actually gonna mess with that last night before we started playing Battlefield. Was that last night? Was that last night we were playing?
That was last night.
Damn shit. But anyway, I've been playing a couple other things. I've been wanting to play other things, but like there's a lot coming out. Bloodlines 2 is one that I'm so excited for that, which comes out 1 week from today. It actually comes out Tuesday next week, which I really wanted to get Ion on, but I'm like, I want to get him on after we've had time to play the game. So we actually might have on Ion Storm on the 28th, so 2 weeks from today. That way we've all had some hands-on. And dude, I can't believe that Arcane is not covering this game. I don't know if you've been seeing these. You might not, because it might not be in your algorithm. I've been watching these clan trailers that have been coming out for Bloodlines 2. Dude, it's insane, man. It's like Dishonored. Like, it's insane. It's insane. I don't know why he's not covering it. I'm gonna summon him right now. I'm gonna keep saying Arcane.
I mean, he has responsibilities. Presumably that'd be.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't believe him. Have we ever even seen his wife or kids? I think he lives on a yacht. He has no wife, no kids, and he's just living up his dreams, and he's trying to lay low after a massive lawsuit with his company that he had years ago. That's what I think. But you never know. Does that sound
about?
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay.
That sounds about
That sounds about no. Everyone, please.
I need that big buzzer noise.
We need, we do need more sound effects. I miss when we had more sound effects. We don't have a whole lot of.
No.
We don't. Okay. Woohoo! If everyone could please hit the like button, it's free. We're gonna go ahead and just jump into the games, whatnot now. Hit the like button. If we could get to at least 20 likes, that would be amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. It means a lot.
It really helps.
Again. Really, really helps. It's free. It's so cliche to say. We don't say it because, like, hey, look how many likes we got. We have no control over the algorithm. The algorithm is, we are prisoners. Okay? We're prisoners. We're stuck here in these cubes. We can't leave these cubes until you hit the like button. But seriously, thank you so much for being here. So, Arc Raiders. Did you play the demo for Arc Raiders?
No.
All right. Well,
I have.
So next topic.
I have nothing to say about Arc Raiders. You and Holly both have been trying to get me.
I haven't played it.
And Holly has been trying to get me into it, and it's. I'm sure it's a great game. I'm sure it's really fun. I
Extraction shooters.
I was just talking before the stream. I now have Battlefield 6 that I want to go through. I have Frontiers of Pandora that I'm enjoying. I've been really enjoying my time getting back into Skyrim. I have Heroes of Might and Magic 2 that I've been playing on and off for a little bit of a strategy fix. There's a game called Maquette, which Holly recommended, that I have installed that's been on my back burner. I still haven't finished Expedition 33. That's how I feel. That's what you're doing is how I feel.
Sorry.
And
I
can't fit all this stuff in. I can't. There's too many games, and there's more coming out. There's another one that's coming out, like, there's so many. There's more in October.
There's a lot. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most? Like there's so many games, but it doesn't have to be this year. But like, out of things that have release dates.
So right now, 100% the thing I'm looking forward to most is Bloodlines 2.
Yours is Bloodlines. Yeah.
It's 100%, and I could go into the whole thing, but to make it literally and explain it in 10 seconds, it's because of everything that the first game did. Not the same developers, but I'm really excited to see if they can nail just anything. It's because it's like I'm just excited that we're getting a sequel, and that's it. Like it's not probably gonna do very well. It's very niche, but it is the definition of a cult classic. Where back in the day, it was so buggy. Excuse me, it was like horrible at launch, and the fans did the whole unofficial patch thing like Bethesda games, and it became a huge hit. But besides that, sorry, I had this pulled up, and now my phone's like, please enter your password. Final Fantasy VII, Terminator No Fate. Have you seen that? It's the side scroller, and I'm not big with side scrollers.
I'm not a huge side scroller. Yeah.
Me neither, but there's something about it.
Although
that had
Planet
like
of Lana 2.
Oh yeah, you beat that game in one sitting, didn't you? You had like one stream. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. I played it. I think that was actually a key that they had gifted to me, if I remember correctly.
There are a couple games that I'm excited for, but the bigger ones, just to skip over stuff like Final Fantasy VII, that's been out for a long time, but it's new to me. High on Life 2. Resident Evil 9, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. The biggest one, besides Bloodlines, and Final Fantasy, is Crimson Desert, dude. And I know you're excited about that, too. Whoo, man.
Yep.
That was, and the thing is, I feel like everyone had been giving Crimson Desert the type of treatment that the developers of the day before, like this game is fake. There's no way this is a real game. You can turn into a bird and you can parkour like Assassin's Creed, but the fighting style is like Devil May Cry. But you can like do all. I'm like, there's no way.
And you also climb things like Shadow of the Colossus.
And like Shadow of the Colossus and like Monster Hunter, and I'm like, there's no effing way that this game. And I was one of those people. I'm like, I feel weird about this game. Like, there's no way. But it was because of the pedigree behind the developers that are behind one of the most popular MMOs, which is Black Desert, that everyone was like, dude, it's not like they're not like lying to anyone. Like they're huge. Like they have the budget to do something like this.
And it's so much easier probably for them to say, okay, we did this giant MMO and we're gonna go to a single player game.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We see the opposite. We see everybody going, no, we do single player games. We're gonna make this multiplayer game. They're doing the exact opposite, and it's probably for them. They're like, wow, we could render all of this stuff because we don't need multiplayer servers. Like, what?
Right, and
their minds have expanded 7 times.
I believe that this is another one of those cases too, where Crimson Desert was actually supposed to be another multiplayer or / MMO game, and then they pulled it back, and that's why we have so many different mechanics. From what I understand, like, you have like the transforming and the climbing and blah blah blah, and that was supposed to be split into like classes or something. And then we got just a jack of all trades type character or whatever. But I'm really excited for it.
Though. What's the hype? What's the hype?
I mean, it's an extraction shooter that seems really competent. And in lieu of other extraction shooters like Marathon not really grabbing everyone's attention, a lot of extraction shooters are stuck on PC. So not a lot of casual gamers, console gamers like me, get the opportunity to play things like Escape from Tarkov and whatnot, and Arc Raiders is coming everywhere, and it had a really, really good reception from its I don't know if it was a play test. Oh, I guess it had to be an open beta or closed beta or something, and everyone just fell in love with it. And it had its PV, EV, EV, PV, EV. So you
EV,
fight against
EVP.
PV, EVP.
PV, PVE.
PV, PVV. Okay.
PVE, EV.
PVV, P.
EV, P.
Peeve, EE, PP.
Yes.
PV. Yeah.
Got
so it's got that stuff, and so there's a lot of like tension, and like I've watched some gameplay, and it looks like really good. It reminds me a lot of. I mean, so it's third person. It reminds me a lot of a couple different games. Kind of reminds me of what the hell's the game? from Pigs Can Fly or People Can Fly. That was the MMO that I really loved. I can't think of it. But anyway, looks like a really great third-person shooter.
MMO.
It was an MMO, but it was made as a PvE MMO. Yeah, it was like a PvE. Yes, thank you, Outriders. Exactly. It's kind of like what it reminds. That's what it looks like aesthetically. But it's set like in a deserty world where you're fighting mostly robots, and then I don't know if the humans are just people. I don't know if that's the case, but it's an extraction shooter. I don't know. People just seem to really dig it. I don't know. I feel like maybe because it doesn't seem as sweaty as like a Call of Duty or something, people really latched onto it. But but just like you, I would love to play it, but I got too much to play right now, and I'm not about to drop money on another game just to, do away with Battlefield 6 or something else. That's co-op.
So they are getting an open beta, or a new upcoming beta. It's the beta server slam test. This is going to be public on October 17th until October 19th.
Yep, so this weekend. Yeah.
It's basically a free demo. This is your moment to try it out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC through Steam and the Epic Game Store. You could download it. So if you wanted to hop in and give it a try, that would be the opportunity. It is a cool aesthetic. I think that's what got a lot of people too, because obviously you're kind of going in this post-apocalyptic, but you got the giant robots as well. That's, to my understanding, what a huge part of the appeal was that deeper kind of combination of cool backdrop mixed with, you have this cool science fiction mixed with the extraction part.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I'm interested to see where it goes. I feel like with games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm kind of one of those players that I'd rather like stay in one ecosystem and to see if to wait and see if other, like, I want to see a Battlefield 6 battle royale. It's gonna happen. It's 100% gonna happen. I would like to see them do an extraction mode, which they actually did. 2042 had an extraction mode that I actually really, really liked, but none of my friends played it with me. So I think it was 2042. You had to like jump into like the Antarctica or something like that, and it was really fun. Game Seeker, shout out to you, bro. So good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. But anyway, yeah. So there's too many games to play, and Call of Duty right now is doing that thing where it's like pulling a lot of different Call of Duties. It's doing the Call of Duty hub thing. It's been doing that for a few years now, but I don't know. I kind of just want to see something a little more grounded. Like Arc Raiders seems. Yeah. I hate fighting robots. I don't know what it is about me. That's why I have no interest in Horizon Zero Dawn. I hate fighting robots in games. Like they're like my least favorite thing. I guess
it takes some of the complexity out of it, right? Unless they're like Death from Mass Effect.
Yes.
But even then, it takes until like the third game to really understand what they're all about.
Yep, to understand the depth and like understand like, oh, these aren't just robots, they're more 100%.
There's more going on.
Like
and also it helps too that they're very humanoid in their humanish in their design, right? They're what's the right word, like if they ever do the shows with the animals, anthropomorphic almost sounds right. Anthropomorphic. No, that's not right. Something, where they like they make the animals and it's basically that they just have a humanoid look to them.
Right. And there's something like really Disney about I don't know how to say it, about fighting robots, because like you're like, oh, we're all gonna die. It's sort of like in Star Wars, like when someone gets like their arm cut off, it's like you know, like they got their arm cut off, but like there's no blood. It's just like, whoa, he got his arm cut off.
Like sabers cauterize the wounds instantly, so that's why there's no blood on them, because you slice it off and it burns like you.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah, sorry. But I don't know. Something about. But anyway,
right.
It's true. It's true. But there is. Did you ever? It was like 10 or so years ago where someone made a cheese slicer. They made like a lightsaber little knife to like cut cheese. You remember that?
Yeah, I think I do.
That's great. Fuzzy Tomato, I feel the same way about fighting robots. American Fury, you only say that because our AI overlords are listening. No, they're not. No, they're not. And if they are, I love them. I love you guys. No, I don't. BT Maverick says Horizon has boring robots and a really poor way of storytelling. Yeah. Yeah. And you have a girlfriend in that game, right? Isn't that good? Isn't that a plus? You have a girlfriend in Ghost of Yote. Have you played that, DeMarco?
No.
Oh, okay. You have a girlfriend in Last of Us 2. I just remembered.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That I played.
Okay. What other PlayStation game? Sorry, I'm not gonna get into this. I'm just trying to be edgy. Uncharted. That is what it is. That is. You just nailed it right off the bat. Man, I love PlayStation. Nah, it's fine. No, if you guys love PlayStation, I'm seriously just speaking. Play what you play. Love.
God of War,
love.
you have a dead wife.
Oh, well, that's at least realistic. So anyway, so let's move on to. Well, we did talk about Battlefield 6 a little bit. You know what? Let's talk about this. Battlefield 6 broke records. So just on Steam, it has 750,000 people just on Steam. Billion, which tells me that there is I would say well over 1 million players just worldwide on all platforms. What's the best case scenario for the future of Battlefield? Like we just talked about the Battle Pass stuff.
They don't go into yearly releases. Number one.
Thank you.
They don't.
Yes.
That would
100%.
That's huge. Because part of what makes a Battlefield game special to begin with, and I think even if you look at when Battlefield started going downhill, a lot of people were trepidatious about Battlefield 2042, and I think folks did initially buy into it, if my memory serves me right. It didn't do as well as the other Battlefields, obviously. Like, we could look at the sales numbers and know that it did do as well. But people were still... And part of that comes from the fact that it's not an annual release. So that's very important. Very, very important. And I think that also helps Battlefield get ahead on the trends in a way, or behind. It could come back to bite them. But, for example, they were able to come around with Battlefield 6 because they said, okay, they looked at what Call of Duty was doing, and they were able to say, hey, folks are getting really tired of the future stuff, so we're going to bring it back to grounded, boots on the ground. And then they did boots on the ground, and they did it well. Now they could say, hey, people, people want, a Vietnam War, or they want, some other war, they could pick the time period that they want to hone in on. So annual release they can't do. That's number one. That's the biggest one.
Yeah. And because I know exactly what you mean. Like, if they take their time and really get everything that they can out of Battlefield 6 in terms of releasing new content and keeping that game alive for a long time, like you said, we don't need Battlefield 7 next year, right? Because we just got the best Battlefield that we've got in years. And along that way, watching other games fall on their face, Battlefield can learn from those mistakes and say, we're not going to do that. Call of Duty has already been the best example of how to not do...
They need the Steam approach. The Steam approach, like, people joke about it, they meme about it all the time. All Steam and Valve need to do is nothing. They need to do literally nothing, and they will keep succeeding. The more that they do nothing, they will keep succeeding, because all these other things are trying to do this new thing, this edgy thing, and it doesn't. It backfires 50% of the 60% of the time. Battlefield just has to do nothing. And now Call of Duty is coming out with Black Ops 7. Black Ops 7 looks. I don't know anybody who's really excited for Black Ops 7 personally. I mean, save for Holly. And
yeah.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting her, but like,
right.
I mean, the you look at the dislike ratio on those, and that's dislikes have never been a determination of a game's success ever. Let's be realistic, but it does show overall sentiment. And
100%.
You look at how people are drifting away from it. You look at Black Ops 6 and how that did. Now, Black Ops used to be, in everybody's minds, that was, oh, they're making another Black Ops game. Oh, finally, it's like Treyarch's making this next one. Finally, because you had the onslaught of Modern Warfares, and those went down in quality, and you had the Sledgehammer games, and those were never really the pinnacle of it.
Yeah.
They now, I don't know. So Battlefield just has to sit and do nothing. Call of Duty will continue to kind of.
Right, and I think Call of Duty. Honestly, like imagine Call of Duty. Like last night, we even jumped into Team Deathmatch, and we're like, we just feel like we're playing Call of Duty. But the best part about it is that it still felt like we were playing a military shooter. Like we didn't have Nicki Minaj running up behind us and Scooby-Doo and whatever. I feel like to its benefit, that is the best thing that Battlefield has going for it, other than the fact that it is the best thing about Battlefield for me personally is that every time, even if you play by yourself, and you've been playing by yourself too, whenever you jump in there, you have the same experience with a different delivery every time. It's a cinematic, shit's blowing up around you, there's jets flying around you, there's missiles flying past you.
You're like crawling on the ground, the breeze going up, and you're like, I don't know where to look.
Exactly.
And you're getting like shell shock from it.
Yeah.
And
yep.
You're on the ground, you see all the people sprinting around, you're dead, but you're waiting for that revive, and then the one guy comes up, he's like, I got you.
Right, and then he dies in front of you. You're like, oh, thanks, and the blood splatters all over your screen, and you're just like, what the fuck? It's just,
and then blood splatters
so
in real life, and every time you get shot, you shoot yourself at IRL for the real experience.
That's the best. You wear one of those body armor things that like shock you whenever you get hurt. Have you seen those? It's insane.
I kind of want one. I always take whenever people are feeling generous and like I make money on YouTube revenue, or like if like God bless them, super chats and stuff like that, like I always use that and I say this is going right to this is going to the channel. That is one thing like eventually I would love to do with some like channel revenue, is like I'm going to play. Like, just imagine, I'm going to put it in context of something that I think is maybe more applicable for our audience.
Please keep talking. I have to use the bathroom. Please. I'm counting on you.
Like, imagine the idea of doing, and you say, all right, we're going to be streaming, but this stream, I have the impact vest, and we're playing Elder Scrolls 6. So people are shooting a spell at you, and every time you get you get a fireball to the chest, and it's just like, and you get those shots. Obviously,
Uh-oh. Hang on. Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either, but just you're not on stream at the moment, and we're not audible, so.
We are
Oh,
streaming.
now we're audible.
Okay, there we go. No idea what just happened. Anyway, so continue. How long was that going on for?
Not too long.
Okay, like 20. Let me see. Not too
Yeah,
long.
don't worry about it. But
Yeah, it's fine.
it's fine. Anyway, so I was just saying, playing Elder Scrolls 6, and you get a fireball, and then it just like when you get a fireball or an arrow to the chest, and you just feel that impact vest going pop, 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 as you're playing. I was saying that I'd like to reinvest in the channel. I'd like to reinvest everything in the channel back into it, and that's one way that I think would be like you turn on a stream when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, and you're saying we're doing this with the impact vest.
It'd be so fun, man. Especially like, I feel like those impact vests work perfectly for VR. To get like a real
oh
man, I would love to mess with that. Corrupt Killer, thank you so much for being here, man. I haven't seen you here before. Thank you so much for hanging out. It says Black Ops 6 was the biggest release, in franchise history. It was.
So biggest release because of Game Pass though, right? So
it's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
It was the biggest release because of Game Pass, and we already know that Microsoft turned around and said, well, we're not putting Call of Duty on Game Pass anymore, at least day one. So
$300 million loss.
Yeah, so it might have been the biggest release, but the reality is, A, is it maintaining that, and B, is Black Ops 7 going to be able to do that when it's not for free anymore?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to do nearly as well personally, but it is still, at the end of the day, when we say it's not going to do as well, it's still Call of Duty, right? So it's still going to, because there's, you think to like these sports games, how long have people been complaining that Madden and FIFA is the same, and they complain about Ultimate Team and this and that, but they still make massive amounts of money every year. I was just
yeah.
I was at work at the office, and I was sitting outside, and there's people that are doing maintenance on the building, and they were taking their lunch break, and I was at an outdoor table sitting, because we have like 2 tables set outside, and they were outside sitting because obviously they can't hang out in the office, right? They're working on the building, so they were taking their lunch break, and I was working, and I was at a table next to them, and they're just sitting there chatting about FIFA for the entirety of their lunch break. Like, so there's tons of people, and they're not the types of folks that are, I guarantee you, they are not the folks that are going on YouTube to like say, like FIFA, like blah, 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 blah. Like, they're not watching FIFA YouTubers. They're just sitting, they buy the game, they play it, and they have fun with it. And so it's going to, Call of Duty's in the same vein where it's still going to do well because you have all of those sleeper players. They're not really sleeper players. They're the majority.
Yeah, and Corrupt Killer says was highest grossing as well, and I'm sure it was. And we're not saying that Call of Duty. We're not hating on Call of Duty, but just by comparison.
Well, I will hate on
Black Ops 6 and Battlefield 6 are very much in the same comeback story because as much as people loved Modern Warfare 1, the comeback in 2019. I loved it so much. I loved Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 was like a big black eye for them, for one reason or the other. Call of Duty 6 had a massive marketing campaign as well. They had all of these conventions where they're bringing in all the biggest streamers in the world. I gotta switch this over. They had all the biggest streamers in the world. They had all these crazy, what's this? Peter Stormare appearing in marketing. They even had, was it Keanu Reeves was in part of the marketing as well? Or am I crazy? Was he like walking through the streets?
I don't know. I know
Or
Battlefield made fun of, like, they had all the celebrities, and then Battlefield made the trailer, the live action trailer,
they just die.
They're showing up, and then just instantly they all get shot.
That was one of the best. But yeah, absolutely, yes. Competition is good. It's a great. It's great to have both competition. It really well said there, Corrupt Killer. Absolutely. Speaking of competition, my son
the reality
just arrived. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The reality is, just really quick before I forget, is the reality is Battlefield is doing, like, Battlefield would not have this level of popularity if it wasn't for Call of Duty. So it's good for Battlefield too, in a sense. Right.
Hey,
so
Assassin,
they help each other out.
How are you?
I just got off work. I am so fucking tired.
Great. Do you like Battlefield 6?
Yes, I do.
Do you like trains?
Do you like trains?
Depends.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite? What's your favorite wings flavor?
Honey
Don't say
barbecue.
buffalo. Okay. Okay.
There was Hurricane Grill and Wings used to have a raspberry wing sauce, and it was amazing. And they took it off their
Ooh.
menu because it wasn't that popular, but it was really good.
Okay, I can get down with that. I am like the wings are my favorite food in the entire planet. Like
Salt and vinegar.
salt and vinegar. Ooh, my mouth.
It's a dry rub, salt and vinegar wings.
I would hope it. Oh man, I've never.
Love it. Love it.
We have 2 places nearby that they're not a chain, which that's the best news whenever you go to eat.
Maybe that's what
anywhere,
I'll do
I'd say.
tonight.
Do some wings. You son of a bitch. I
Well,
can't
they're
order
so
anything.
dude. They're like $2 a wing these days. At least in New York. I don't know what they cost near you. It's like $2 a wing.
Yeah,
I ain't paying that. It's
It would
insane.
be. I think for like
The
if I got
deal!
like a,
It's like 10 for 15.
yeah, like if I got a dozen wings, it would be like 25 or something here. If that's a lot. So yeah, it is like a $2 a wing. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Plus extra gorgonzola and ranch. Come on. Ion, what's up, man? I was just talking about you earlier. I want to get you on soon. Probably the 28th, because we were talking about Bloodlines 2 coming out soon, and I feel like we should probably wait a week after we've had hands on it to actually talk about it, because the day of, we're not even going to be able to talk about it, because we're going to be here on the podcast. Oh, I can't wait. But yeah, again, thank you so much. Shout out to 175 people here. Not really. Shout out to almost 30 people here. Please hit the like button. And I'm not talking about the other people watching. I'm talking about you. Yes, you. Pause your game just for 1 second. Just pause your game. You can pause it. Hit the like button. Please, it would help out incredibly well to get this show pushed into the algorithm and show some support. It's free, and it shows us that you love us or like us. But not in a weird way, not like in the Subway kind of way. Well, that's kind of weird. I went a little too far there. Thank you. Look, someone hit the like button. Thank
And
you so
like the
much.
McDonald's
Fucking
I'm loving it kind of way.
that kind of way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Assassin, that's insane. Why did you do that? It's fucking nuts, dude.
Because I wanted to.
Assassin
You're high right now. You're high. Thank you so much.
Assassin is on a generosity binge.
He is.
I was saying
my
at the
God,
beginning
man.
of the show, I was saying like you had gifted Battlefield, which by the way, I was playing Battlefield today, Assassin, like just during my lunch break. I was like, I'm gonna go play some Battle. So I think I grinded to like level 11 or 12 or something. I would be down to do it tonight if we could start at a reasonable time as well.
That'd be awesome. Totally down for
But-
that. Seriously, thank you so much, Assassin. It is incredibly nice of you to give 10 Renegade Runner memberships to User for Games, Crippling Debt, John Bond Zombie, Incredible Black. Yeah. Fire Sun, Rick L, Stig, Red Terrabag, Night Eternal. He's still here. Night Eternal's been here since day 1, dude. Day 1. Ashtray Gaming. I would love to get Ashtray Gaming on sometime if it wasn't 7 a.m. for him, because he's Australian, mate. He's Australian, eh? All right, Frost. Sorry, he was just saying he can't pause multiplayer. Thank you so much, Assassin. Really, really appreciate that, man. It's insane. You're insane. Maybe we'll try to get on Battlefield after this. But we are talking about Battlefield. And just, you know what? Just tell us what you love about Battlefield 6, because we are talking about the future. Just to recap quickly, DeMarco and I agreed that we don't need an annual release of Battlefield games, that Battlefield 6 should sit on its success and iterate on what it does well now with new modes, new features, blah, 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 and no battle pass. I even said I want to see map packs come back. Charge me $10 for like 2 awesome maps, and then let that FOMO sink in for people. Oh, bro, you want to jump in? Oh, but I got the map pack. Oh, damn. What was it? $10? I'll play it. That's how you get 'em.
Honestly, the way they could get around that too a little bit is if they allow you to if you squad up and the party leader has the map pack, then you should be able to play it. Now, the annoying thing about it is that means universally everybody would have to have those maps downloaded, right? So even if you don't have access to them, it's one of those things. And this was an issue a while back. It hasn't been brought up in a hot minute, but it was specifically with things I think like I cannot pick out a particular game, but where the files for certain things were on the disc or like in the download, but they were just locked behind a paywall. This was a very popular thing, and they still do it. I think the conversation around it has just died down at this point.
Yep.
But when you talk about something such as map packs, and now you have to, say, add in an extra 10 gigabytes or 12 or 15 or 20, whatever it might be for some of them, because these file sizes and these texture sizes are just massive, that would probably annoy a lot of people.
Right,
but it would be
like
nice if
said,
like you're the party leader and you have the DLC. It's like the friend pass for any Jose Fares game, right? Joseph Fares? I say call him Jose.
Jose Fares.
Jose
Oh my
Fares.
god, Paris Hilton.
Anyway,
He's
Paris
not even
Hilton.
Spanish.
I know. I called him. I did that last time too. Joseph Fares. Anyway,
he would laugh.
Like,
he would,
Interview with him. So,
Yeah,
It's like a way. It's like a way out, right? It's like the friend pass. If the host has the DLC, you can also play the DLC maps. That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you mean, because we would get like a 9 gigabyte update just as the DLC drops across the board. Even if you don't own it, it would be like 10 megabytes to update to unlock the map pass that you've already downloaded but you don't actually own yet. That would annoy people. It would annoy, and I've seen a lot of people saying, "I'm so annoyed that Battlefield 6 recommends that you uninstall the campaign after beating it." I'm like, I do that with Call of Duty. Why is that an issue? Why are people upset about that, Assassin? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Good. Fuzzy Tomato says skins are $20 to $30 or even more now. You are insane if you think that they'd sell $10 map packs. They were more than that 20 years ago. Map packs? I don't know. I remember playing Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
I remember them being like $20.
Map packs?
If I'm not
Map
mistaken.
map pack. Yeah. I don't remember them being that much, but maybe I'm just not remembering correctly. You could be right.
Didn't the Arkham games also do something similar? Like they had map packs behind DLC.
Arkham?
The Arkham. Well, the challenge maps. The challenge maps.
Yeah, the challenge maps.
Yeah.
Like specifically Asylum and City, I think.
So okay. So looking at Black Ops 2 as an example, Black Ops 2 Apocalypse DLC, which had 2 new maps, 2 reimagined fan favorite multi maps, and a new zombies map. That was $15, and that was in 2013.
How much was
all
it?
their DLCs? $15, and their DLCs typically came with about 4 maps and a zombies map. So
yeah, there you go.
I mean,
15.
the zombies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. $20 for 3 maps or 4 maps or whatever. You can't tell me that's not worth it. He ain't lying.
It's totally. Not only is it worth it, but also you think they can make a lot of money on that too, just solely for the fact that they usually bring in an old map, which is a lot less. Like, think of it. They have to bring back Operation Metro at some point. Everyone's saying like, bring back Metro, bring back Metro. So that's how much work do they really have to do there, right? I mean, there needs to be. I imagine there's some tweaking, because I would hope that there's some tweaking, just because they need to update the visuals for it. But also, I'm thinking if for example the run speed is faster in Battlefield 6 than it was in Battlefield 3, do they make some of the hallways a bit longer? Probably not.
Yeah, I feel like
they probably don't go that deep.
And I think you were even saying this last night. Like, they took feedback from the beta. They slowed everything down significantly from the beta to Battlefield 6.
It was slowed down.
Yeah, and it feels a lot better.
Okay, it felt slowed down. I didn't know if it was just me
No, they
projecting, or if
confirmed.
it actually was.
They did. They
Okay.
even came out and said, "We heard your feedback. We're adjusting movement speed." And because, dude, I was playing a CQB attrition. I think is what I was playing in the beta, and I was like, "Good God, it just feels like I'm playing Call of Duty." I'm just like running around and jumping through. Oh my God, it was just absolute chaos. And even last night when we were playing the team deathmatch, it still felt like it felt more like it was team deathmatch, but it was in Battlefield. It was fast paced because it wasn't a big open world. And I know you guys were like, "I'm not having this. I don't like this," but I'm like, it's good.
It was fun.
It's
fun to break up the
monotony.
Like, it's a good and then you're like, okay, I'm ready to go back into the hardcore, like the bigger map. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Assassin, how do you feel
Put it
about
in
it?
the
Battlefield
Whoa.
6?
Whoa.
Sorry, that's the DLC that's coming.
Whoa. Okay. Did I just get transported to 1892?
There goes DeMarco, and he's gone. Just me and you now. He's like, "I'm not gonna be here when the show gets canceled." Alrighty, perfect. Yeah, so how you feeling about Battlefield so far?
It's different. As someone who's put 1,000. As someone who's put like 1,700 hours of Siege and about good 200 hours of Call of Duty in my life, Battlefield 6 is definitely something different, and it's something that I actually really enjoy. I had a lot of fun playing with you guys last night. It was pretty cinematic, even when we were going through that bullshit with that one map where the vehicles were glitched and we just kept getting sniped.
I was
over and
having
over.
fun. That actually
was having
happened to
fun
me
too.
today too. I had it where the enemies had vehicles and we didn't have vehicles, but we had a solid push. Like, the other team, and the nice thing about it too is the other team recognized that it was kind of BS. They were like, yeah, and our team was like, what the hell? But we had a solid, and it's all the more satisfying because they had two tanks that are just obliterating us as we're trying to get into this building, and we finally did. It was so fun. I love those moments.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
unbeatable
F it.
odds, but you get as
But
close
you
as you can
persevere.
to winning.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what, you're not gonna win. And I honestly, sometimes I hope that they have like put in like a 7% chance that happens in a match randomly. That like one team has vehicles and the others doesn't.
kind of like a Battlefront, where you could sabotage enemy vehicles. This is like old school. You know what
the
I'm talking
OG.
about.
OG
Yeah. Oh my
Battlefront. You
God,
gotta get
so
the thingy, the add-on, whatever they were called.
Yeah, the
I forgot.
ion bombs or whatever they were. All right. Yeah, it was in Galactic Conquest, and you could sabotage the enemy vehicles, so that way, right off the bat, the enemy vehicles they're not gone, but they are really damaged, like 25% health. So the first thing you got to do is start repairing your vehicles if you want to have them at full health. And it's just such a man, I miss that game so much, as if I don't have it. But
I think
anyway.
Can't you play that multiplayer online now?
You can, but you can't play Conquest online. That's the shit. It's so stupid, man. You can't play. I hate it. I hate it so much.
But you could, you can't play Conquest, but you could theoretically do like a series of themed maps in the quick play.
Yeah, like you can
I
still
know
do
it's not the
instant
same. It's not the
action.
same as buying. Yeah, it's not the same as buying the units and the thing.
Right. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's even in the new version you can't. That's so stupid.
It's so stupid, dude. So stupid. All people want is Galactic Conquest. That we've been asking for it for years after Battlefront 1, 2015. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Whatever. Anyway, Assassin, Battlefield 6. Have you started the campaign? I haven't started yet.
I have not. To be honest, like when it came to Call of Duty specifically, Red, I've told you before, the thing that I always enjoyed about Call of Duty these past few years is the campaign. And then I played the multiplayer. For Battlefield 6, I'm having so much fun with the multiplayer that I feel no need to play the campaign at all.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird for me as someone who actually enjoys story, narrative-driven experiences.
Yeah.
For me to not want to play it and prefer the multiplayer, that's kind of, I'm not gonna say that's weird, but it is. It just proves that, you know, I actually do like the multiplayer for what it is. Can I just
Yeah.
mention, by the way,
Yes.
what I mean by Battlefield 6 feels so cinematic. When everyone is doing their roles, or the roles that the class they chose, like whenever the medics are actually doing their damn jobs, reviving people, and the recon snipers, and when that class just like pings the enemy team, and when you get down, you actually get revived by your teammates. You get the dragon.
Assassin's really good at dragging people out of
Getting
them.
Out of certain situations, yeah.
I like running around with the defibs and just going like, I got you, and then I usually like get shot immediately after because I don't do it smart. Like I don't check if there's somebody still there. I'll just be like, no, I'm gonna revive you.
You're like, it's up to you now. Yeah, the ball's in your court. Yeah, exactly. I love the memes that I've been seeing of like the images of people just like this, like jumping out in front of you, like with the defibrillator. I love it. It's so funny. Just like, wait, don't hit the button yet. It's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's an adventure. Each time, it's the same struggle but different delivery. It's the same cinematic experience but everything different every time. It's amazing. And we played Hardcore Conquest.
When everybody is fulfilling their roles and actually playing how the game is supposed to, or playing the game how you're meant to be, it's a very, very fun experience. It really is.
It is. It is indeed. Yeah, Hardcore Conquest was really great for me because I'm a psychopath and I love immersion and hardcore stuff. It was a really fun experience. But I'm glad that you're here now, Assassin. Did you have something that you wanted to talk about with Xbox, or if you don't, it's okay.
Do we really want to? Like,
what? Well, what was it?
I know you're tired of it. Like, it's just I know I'm hard on Xbox and Microsoft a lot. It's just, even I get tired of the constant negativity. It's just, I hate seeing a brand that I used to have so much respect for just continue to step on rakes. It was the whole Target and Walmart pulling out Xbox consoles. See, the thing is,
Which
times
was debunked,
in a week,
but
Microsoft had to come out and say something. But even then, even though Microsoft themselves have said, no, we are fully committed to hardware. No, our relationships with these retailers are still strong. I'm like, how tone deaf do you have to be to not realize that your community is so shattered that it doesn't matter how many times you say anything, like a majority of people just do not believe you. Like even some of the hardcore fans that I have followed, not the fanboys, or not the Xbox fanboys, but the people who genuinely loved Xbox for what it could be and what it was, to see them just go, I'm out. Like, do you not realize how much trust you have practically broken this past month? And for you to just expect the community to take you at your word?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how many times that you tell us anything. No one's gonna believe you. It's just, I'm kind of tired of it unless they step on another rake, which I don't know what it is, but whenever we talk about something on this show, something always happens
the next day,
2 or 3 days later, or the next day. Like whenever we talk about something, we get news about what we talked about within like the next day or 2 days or 3 days or whatever. Like within this week, it always happens. Every damn time.
Still
so I'm just like,
to happen with Elder Scrolls.
Did you guys talk about Elder Scrolls today?
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, I don't know what it is. Whenever we talk about Bethesda, it just does nothing. It's
we
like
can't
Todd
manifest
listens
that.
And goes, well, yeah, we don't have the right theme to summon it.
Foos?
DeMarco, do you have the right theme?
No, please continue with whatever you're saying. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Well, we were just talking about the hardware getting removed from stores, blah, blah, blah. Apparently that's not necessarily true because Xbox came out and said, no, we're still in stores. We're just not putting out as much console. Like, Xbox consoles aren't selling. Xbox hardware isn't selling. But however, to the extent that, like DeMarco just talked about FIFA, like there are some people buying Xbox hardware, like the Asus, that like those sold out. There are some people buying them, and I guarantee you they are not the people on Twitter and on Xbox and whatever. They're people. They're
yeah,
enthusiasts.
but Red, I brought up the PlayStation Portal. Remember when the PlayStation Portal came out and Sony was like, "Oh, we sold out too," and I went to GameStop and I asked them, "How many PlayStation Portals did you guys get?" "Oh, every store only got 2 of them."
Right,
Oh,
exactly,
okay.
exactly.
So,
yeah.
so you did sell out, but it was
But
probably
they made
like $1
money.
million or less.
But they made money on it, and that is the issue. Like, so if a console cost you $300 to make, and then you're selling it for $200 profit or whatever, you're losing money, right? So they're like that, and that's why, like, because you're saying, you've always said, like, why? Because I'm like, Assassin, why don't you want to invest in Xbox? And you're like, I'm afraid that they're going to back out of hardware. They're actually doubling down on hardware, and they're going for more of the hardcore audience that are willing to pay to get more bang for their buck. The next hardware from Xbox is going to be like $800 to $1,000 or more. It's going to be expensive, and Xbox is going to profit from it, and it's going to be pretty good hardware if it's coming from Asus or whoever they decide to use as a third party to help develop these new consoles, because they've already pushed the narrative that everything's an Xbox, right? I don't know. I feel like, we've talked about this so many times, like them pulling hardware from different stores. They're not pulling all of it. I feel like they're just pulling a percentage of it out because they're not making as much money.
They're not doing all of it. They're just doing mostly all.
They're just doing 92% of it. It's not all of it. Calm down, everyone. Calm down.
They're keeping one console in every store. Come on.
Well, and I feel like whatever comes next, because everyone's like they're out of hardware, and then Sarah Bond's like, we're literally partnering to making new OEM. What does OEM stand for? Original Electronic Magnetism, right? All right, DeMarco. OEM. Orbital.
I was trying to think of something
Eel.
witty.
Marcia. Anyway, whatever that word means, that's what they're going for. But no, they're partnering with people like Asus to help them build better hardware. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I really don't know where to go from here. I'm at a loss. The Portal was clearly a success, though. Fuzzy Tomato
Not really.
says it was. It was a huge
this is-
success.
No, so this is the thing that
Yeah,
I
it was!
always. This is the thing that I always notice. Whenever a company experiences any form of success, whether it's like genuine or not, they always mention something good about it, constantly. Remember when Microsoft was continuing to get Xbox Game Pass subscribers? They would always do an interview saying, "Hey, but now we got 18 million. Now we're at 20. Now we're at 25. Now we're at 30." It's just like, okay. Ever since then, ever since they stopped doing that, that's when people started to wonder, hey, you haven't given us an update of how many subscribers that you've gotten recently. What's going on? And this is the thing about Sony too. They also said the PlayStation VR 2 was a success, but they have not supported that thing at all. Like, even during their own showcases, the VR segment is extremely short. And even then, it's games that mainly that hardcore console and even PC players just don't really care about. They have some exceptions. I will give them that, like Metro and like the Arkham Shadow game, at least for MetaQuest. But my point is, Sony and Microsoft, they have always championed whenever they have a successful product. They haven't. Sony has not done that with the VR2. They haven't done that with the Portal. Just like Microsoft has not said anything about their Game Pass subs. There's a reason they don't talk about hardware. Like, I don't believe that. Like, yes, they say, oh, it's a success once, but we haven't updated us on it at all since then. Like, yeah, you can tell me that, yes, the PlayStation Portal was a success at the time, but over the long term, I still see the PlayStation Portal on GameStop shelves when I go in. It's in the exact same spot. There's always I always see 5 Portals every time I go in. Like, they're in the exact same spot. They're not selling.
Well, I see PlayStations every time I walk into a store. I see Xboxes. I see Switches. You know, I think the true.
Yeah, but Nintendo and Sony, they always tell us how many consoles they've sold every quarter, like clockwork. Microsoft doesn't.
You sure
And
about that?
Sony doesn't tell us how many VR headsets they've sold. They don't tell us how many Portals they've sold. It's always consoles and software.
Dion says, "Why bring out VR headset and not support it?" Sony. Fuzzy says,
Sony is dumb in that. Sony
Fuzzy
is dumb in
says
that area.
they have supported the Portal though. They added cloud streaming and stuff.
Okay, that's great for the people who actually own it, but how many has it sold since that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They haven't released that information apparently. Well, I guess it all comes. Well, to circle back to Xbox, DeMarco, how much? Well, sorry. A bunch of people just chatted in at the same time before I get into that. Keeper, hey, you're a video game. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Keeper
says I'm coming out Friday.
You've had
who's going to support me?
You've had Claptrap and Keeper in your streams now.
I have, yeah. We've had Borderlands. We've literally had what's his name? Randy.
I'm gonna get Geralt in here.
He's like,
yeah,
Geralt.
Geralt. Any chance you're ending the stream?
Yeah, but
Just have Henry Cavill come in.
Sorry, say what?
I was just saying, have Henry Cavill come in.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Yes.
So, anyway, yeah, we were talking about Keeper earlier. I don't know anything about it, but I will try to get you. I will check you out because I love Double Fine. I love Tim Schafer. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'm gonna click on your. Well, I don't want to mess anything up. True 77. They only reported if they are leading the market. My guess. Yeah. But like, oh my God, look at this Game Pass. $5 million. Everyone's laid off. Everyone's shut down. These are corporations, man. It sucks. Fuzzy says Sony counts the Portal as consoles sold. That's why they don't get specific with it. They don't want people to figure out that they are exaggerating their consoles sold. Exactly. And we always joke about this. Sony's always like, can you believe that this year we sold 1 million more PlayStation 2s? You're like, who the fuck is buying more PlayStation 2s? Like, I don't know, whatever. But I wanted to ask you, DeMarco, we've talked about this so many times, but like as the hardware specs get closer, for someone that already owns a PC that's comfortable with PC gaming and has a PlayStation, where is the value metric, I guess, with an Xbox console that allows Steam and Epic, but it's plug and play? Like we talked last week about, I touched on how I finally got my PC set up to where it's plug and play-ish and I'm comfortable with it. Where is the value there for being able to play everything everywhere with the console experience, like for Xbox? Like, do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's a gimmick at that point? Like not a gimmick necessarily, but like if you look at the PlayStation Portal as a handheld, it's literally just streaming from your console, right? So you can't even go outside or whatever. The Xbox ROG Ally X, Xbox whatever the hell it's called, you can play your Xbox library, some games from what I understand, native on the console itself. You can dock it, you can play with it with a controller, plug it up to the TV, and you can access some PC games there. The next Xbox hardware, what is a good price point? I don't know. What's your thoughts on the next Xbox? What would your dream? Let's just say that you're not in the PC space, right? What would be your dream Xbox console if it has this PC support? Based on what we know, I guess about what's like rumored with Steam support,
the price,
and stuff like that.
The price. We've seen how Microsoft is seemingly done with eating the loss on their consoles, right? That's part of the reason behind multiple price increases and everything that's going on in the background. They don't want to keep taking losses on it. I would say that they need to come in at a highly competitive price, and that's not the answer is not, well, we're going to release multiple systems that have varying levels of hardware, but then also every game needs to be compatible on both platforms, right? And it needs to work and function. the same. So they need to release one console with a very competitive price, and I also do think that they need to introduce interesting and new exciting hardware. Like, we've heard rumors that the next Xbox controller is supposed to do some of the
Haptics.
gimmicks of this with the haptics and such. Stuff like that is a must. Honestly, I really appreciate that Sony. I don't usually gut them. I invest in other hardware, but I like that they come out with this sort of integrated experience with the headphones that promote the 3D audio, so you kind of are getting this all-encompassing experience. I don't know if I'd necessarily, unless they
That's
part.
right.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I don't know if I would necessarily trust Microsoft unless they were doing a headset, unless they were partnering with a reputable brand. Otherwise, I would look into something third party anyway. But I do think that kind of completes a whole experience. And then additionally, now for a lot of folks who are not going to resubscribe to Game Pass, I think Microsoft is looking at these new price increases saying, yeah, there's a lot of people aren't going to pay $30 a month. But I think that's what they want. They want people to purchase their games day one, and it seems as though I see a possible future where they do regress back to more of an exclusivity model. And I don't think I do. I see that as a possibility. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I do see it as a possibility. And
that they will go back?
yeah, I think, well, listen, Xbox is completely in flux, right? I think that most people are throwing out theories left and right of and nobody necessarily, right? The common theme between most in the Xbox fan base is one of inconsistency and one of mistrust. That's sort of the leading thread that's connecting all parties. And so if we're going to sit down and say, well, we don't really trust in what direction Microsoft is going, and we don't know what the vision is, and we don't fully understand it, I don't think it's so far-fetched in that sense to say there's a possibility in which Microsoft says, no, we are going to make sure that you guys are creating exclusive titles. And I don't think it's ever going to go full exclusive, right? My personal opinion on that is that they're still going to stick with, like, the 1 year of exclusivity. But then you have to raise the question, right? Where then does the continued value of paying for the $15 a month Game Pass come in? Yeah, I guess you get access to all those games, but then why am I going to not buy a PlayStation, right? Because if you're saying that I have to spend the price of your console plus $15 a month every month to get these games, and then on top of that, the ones that I probably really want to play are going to come out a year later anyway, why am I not just gonna go buy them on PlayStation? Because they'll take a year to come out there too. So you lose a lot of the console's value by the shift that they've made to Game Pass, unless you're willing to shell up the $30, more than people have talked about, in my opinion.
You also didn't bring up, and I just want to add, so hold your thought. I just want to point out to everyone that says that the next gen Xbox is going to have Steam integration, that has not been confirmed yet, and that can always fall apart. You're going in with the expectation that Steam is going to be included with the next-gen Xbox console, whether it's an OEM or whether it's first party, and I honestly think that's a big mistake for people to expect that, because like I said, it could fall through. Gabe could be unsatisfied with whatever deal that they try to put in place. Microsoft's greed has completely changed everyone's outlook on them as a brand. Maybe it could be a point to where other people just don't want to deal with Microsoft at all, and they just don't want to deal with it. So to the people that are saying, well, the next gen Xbox is going to have Steam, then we can play all the PlayStation games too, I would not count that as an actual fact yet until it's 100% confirmed. And even if it is, with Microsoft's current track record, I wouldn't believe it at all anyway. So that being said, go ahead, DeMarco. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I mean, my last thought on it really is even then we talk about this Steam integration, which I think is an exciting thing. I love the idea that there is multiple marketplaces available on a console. I think that's fantastic because, you know, we talk about competition in the industry. People are obsessed with competition in the industry, and then you realize you're kind of delegated to like a total of, as if you're a console gamer, right? You have 2 systems to pick from, PlayStation or Xbox. Like, that's really not that. Yeah, that's competition, but that's not a lot of competition. So now you introduce Steam to it, and you introduce, for example, the Epic Store, and now you have multiple marketplaces on that system, and that to me is real competition, right? That's really interesting, and I like that prospect.
Yeah,
but let's
just
say hypothetically though, it's just Steam, right? You're saying we're adding Steam to the next gen Xbox. Is that a good sell? Like, is that a strong marketing point? 100%. Look, we have both of the, like, you can play your Steam games over on Xbox. Is that a good selling point? Yeah, for some, but ultimately, without the hype surrounding it, and I'm speaking anecdotally, right? But without the hype surrounding it, I do feel as though that's not the call to get me to buy a console, because I already have, if I have that much of a library on Steam, it means I've been playing on PC for a while, which is then you have to convince me to move off of PC to play on console, and to buy a potential $800-900 console at that, because that's going to be the price point to get the level of power that a person who primarily plays on PC is interested in.
Yeah, right. It definitely is about convenience, because getting someone on Steam, I feel like the convenience, I guess the best part about Steam, whenever you compare it to console gaming, is that its big picture mode is very kind of like familiar, I guess. Like, it works very well. It works very well for me if you're using a controller. There's no investment to get into Steam. But the people that are in the know, that understand, and again, these are the people that are going to, the people that are going to be interested in this kind of stuff are going to be the enthusiasts. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. They're going to be the ones that are in the know. They understand how exclusivity works with PlayStation and whatnot. And that's sort of like where my head goes. Like, yeah, even if I have to wait a year, I still don't have to go out and buy another console just to play, you know, whatever, you know, Wolverine, or let's just say, like, I can play Wolverine on my Xbox. I'll just have to wait a year for the exclusivity, or 6 months or whatever, to come out. For me, that's, I just talked about how I set my PC. I went through all this shit just to get my PC set up to where I can play it comfortably in a room where I don't have to run around because I'm sitting at my desk. Like, my back hurts so bad today. I've been working at my desk all day today. I don't just want to now let's relax and like sit back. Like, I just can't. Like, it's not for everyone. But the prospect of being able to play everything in one place, PC gamers have had that forever. DeMarco's had that forever, right? But then there are the people that they look at the PC gaming aspect of it and they think, oh, well, I can just plug in my controller and I can just do whatever I want all the time in this one spot. That's amazing. And now, of course, the console people, the console warriors, I guess would say, the toxic people will say, well, that PlayStation, Xbox is bringing everything to PlayStation anyway. It's like, I do understand that too. But if you're an enthusiast and you want just freedom, it's sort of like buying an iPhone versus an Android. I feel like I would rather be on Xbox just to have the freedom rather than be relegated to just a PlayStation controller, just the peripheral for PlayStation, just blah, blah, blah. PC allows for so much more freedom. The issue is the entry point. It is very difficult, I might just be projecting here, it's very difficult for people who play on console to just jump right over to PC. But I feel like that's where the value comes in. So it's exciting. Some people in chat, Sunrash and Jesse James, I see you guys. Thank you for being here. Ion says Xbox could potentially do the best place to play option on the next console on all storefronts that may be on the system with different optimizations. Exactly. That's exactly what DeMarco was saying too. See, Fuzzy Tomato, I'd be very surprised if Steam isn't on the next Xbox. Yeah, exactly. True 77, it'll work just like the ROG Ally, right? Because that's what the ROG Ally does right now, which is that's like their testing bed for that.
Question.
BT Maverick says Microsoft doesn't need to license to put Steam on their Xbox. Tons of handhelds already do that. What's your question? Question?
PlayStation 6 is $700. The next gen Xbox is $800, and it doesn't have Steam or any other place there or any PC storefronts on it. What's your thought? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, at that point I would say just get a PC, or I would ask what is it doing differently. And I feel like that's a really great question, because I feel like that's what Xbox internally are asking themselves. Because you can only push graphics so far. Dude, you can look at Xbox One games, like even look at like Detroit Become Human, right? Like just as a random example, for back on PS4 or whatever. The game looks incredible. Graphics aren't the thing that are selling people these days. It's about the delivery on multiple fronts, whether it's the narrative, the characters, some graphics. Look how incredible this game looks. Mass Effect Legendary Edition looks incredible, and that game is like a remaster from a series back almost 20 years old, right? And I feel like Xbox knows that too. And they say, how do we compete in an innovative way? How do we be more, free with our hardware? It's not going to be, here's the Xbox 3, and it gives you better graphics and frame rate. That for $800,
terrible name.
It's terrible. But you know what I'm saying, and I feel like that's why whatever comes next for Xbox, it has to be what's been rumored for at least almost 2 years now with the Steam integration and whatnot. But if it didn't have that, it's a fail. It's a loss. Like that's
it's dead in the water.
But the thing is, PlayStation's going to do that, and it's going to get away with it. Because
but PlayStation has some exclusives.
But that's exactly what I'm saying, because for a lot of people, PlayStation that's just gaming. Right? It's like whenever your mom would come in and ground you. You're grounded. I'm taking away your Nintendo. And that your mom just calls everything Nintendo, even though it's your Xbox.
You just
or
assume that every
or whatever.
parent is a Mexican like?
Well,
I'm going to come in and I'm going to take a Nintendo. Like,
you're a Nintendo. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, PlayStation has that luxury. So Xbox has to innovate in a way that they have to be weird and creative, So but
Buzzy.
it would be a loss if that's all that it. Just name it
Buzzy,
Xbox
just
720.
name it the Xbox 720. Yeah, just do it like 15 years too late.
Right. So the next hardware is called the Magnus, and we'll see. Sunrash says, just think if Epic Store is on it with free games every week. Yeah, that'd be nuts. Man. Because Epic has great deals with their reward system, right? Because even DeMarco, you saved up like over $100 one time.
They listen. They I don't know if they'll bring it back anytime soon. I think currently they still have it going on, but it's like you get 20% cash back. Now, mind you, you have to. It's basically just rewards cash, but you need to use it on, in the Epic Store. But you buy a game and you get 20% back to buy a new game with. You get great deals, deals that are equal to what you find on Steam. And also you have free things like Amnesia the Bunker is coming October 16th as a game you can get for free. That's insane. Amnesia the Bunker was pretty good. It was a pretty good game. I've gotten, oh god, how many free games from them? Nightingale I just picked up for free. Death Stranding I had gotten for free. Tomb Raider I think I had gotten for free. Control I think was free at one point. Like, crazy.
Yeah. Sunrash says, so sorry. Sorry, I already read that. I apologize. Jesse James says Sony is smart enough to make a PSX with the ability to have Steam with an update if they need to. Then Sunrash says PlayStation will make their own PC launcher so they can get 100% of sales profits, which they did try that
only on Linux.
right, exactly.
So Windows can't touch it.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, PlayStation did try with their own launcher on PC, and it did not go over well at all. They tried that with Ghost of Tsushima whenever it first came out, and people are just like not having it. They've kind of been moving away from that, but I see where your head is at, Sunrush. So I don't disagree with you. I think that they would have to figure out a way around that. But yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I know you don't trust Xbox.
Exactly. That's why I'm so surprised by people in chat saying, "Well, Sarah Bond said this and Xbox said this." I'm like, yeah, so what? They've said so many things over the past few years, and they've either gone back on it or they've changed course.
Barring what the executives say, I am still excited about hardware. Like, and as someone who I've had my PC
You're
for a
free
while
to do
now.
so.
But like the idea of having a console that I don't have to turn this console off, put the controller down, grab the new controller that I'm not used to, turn on my TV on, hit the HDMI to HDMI 2 because that's where the other thing is, and I'm like, fuck man, I just want to fucking turn this thing on and play my games. That's what I want. And then people say, just get a PlayStation. Dude, I'm sorry. I think PlayStation is great. It's not what I'm used to. I've been playing on Xbox since 2001. Right? Like it's what I'm used to. And even whenever I play on PC, it still feels slightly foreign. Like I don't belong here. Like this isn't my ecosystem. I'm still using the Xbox controller to play games, but it's still not plug and play. There's a bit of setup to you got to turn your PC on, then you got to boot up Steam or Epic or just launch it natively from your desktop wherever your games are. And for people who play on PC, that's just how it's always been for them. Like they're used to that, the same way that I'm used to Xbox or like you are with PlayStation. But I think that
console is basically turning on a car. You just put the key in, turn it, and it's on.
And
playing
you're
on
driving.
PC,
exactly.
Playing on PC just seems like that you're just operating a fucking rocket ship. You have to turn all the right gears on. If something goes wrong, you have to double check and make sure that the thing that you think isn't fucking up. But then you find out that the thing that you don't think is fucking up is actually fucking up.
Right. And they're like, oh, this thing is fucking up because the other thing is off. Now I got to turn that thing on. Then that fucked up the other thing. And now it's a whole
And now we can't launch today because, well, nothing apparently is going to work.
Exactly, because I need a driver update or whatever.
Just like you and the podcast sometimes. Your PC just hates you at the wrong time.
Right, exactly. Oh, Sunrush says, I've played PC since 1995. Yeah, and I did too. I remember playing actually a ton of games back in the 90s that I played. I remember playing like Carnivore on PC. Like, before we even knew what gaming, like Nintendo, like you would just sort of jump around from Dreamcast to Nintendo, Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 and then to PlayStation 1. And you just jump up. There are so many consoles to play on. And now the competition is so neck and neck. You can't deny that the competition is neck and neck, regardless of how many rakes, as you would say, that Xbox is stepping on. I can't wait to see. I'm always just excited to see what gaming looks like in the next few years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, and to see because I feel like it's going to come down to Xbox being more PC centric with their next console. And then it's over from there. There's not going to be any more like the console wars are going to go on for people who are immature and they want to fight about it, right? But I can imagine if the next Xbox hardware is something like an $800 to $1,000, because there's going to be different versions, just like the Xbox ROG Ally, $800 to $1,200 or $1,500 or however much it is. It's going to be the same thing with the next Xbox, and that's where it will end. Because the people that really care about gaming are going to buy it, and that's where it will stop. And Xbox is going to see the profit margins and say, "Wow, that worked out. That worked a hell of a lot better than a $500 price point for a console that we've been losing money on since what? How long has it been out? For 5 years now, or 6, 7 years, or whatever.
5.
Yeah, 5 years.
Next gen Xbox is $1,500, everyone.
I mean, seriously, I think it really could be like the 2 terabyte version or whatever.
God,
and I feel
would
like
hate to be there on that day if, like, Sony comes out with a $700 PlayStation 6 and Xbox comes out with a $1,500 Xbox.
Well, I mean, DeMarco can speak on console parts. I mean, you get your bang for your buck. Like I spent like 800 or no, I don't know, 700 or 800 for my GPU. But like I don't need to buy one forever. Like it's done. It's going to be the same thing with the next Xbox. unless I break it, unless I smash it.
And you buy the next time you get one is realistically the next time a console would come out, right? If a console's gonna release every 7 years, by that point you probably go, okay, like there is a more modern graphics card, and you have the option of finding secondhand graphics cards. You get last year's model. You don't gotta get this year's shiny new pretty toy. There's probably problems with it. So you wait, you get the older one.
Okay, Jeff Dunham, we get it.
And then you're good to go. And you got a brand new shiny piece of hardware in there. And you just stick it right, you just stick it right in a little bit. And you take your old one and you give it a kiss and you put it to the side.
Why does he sound like Joe Pesci if he had his balls ripped off?
And it's brand new and shiny.
What are you trying to say? Joe Pesci's got he's ready for the Xbox and that's PlayStation. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to talk to me like I ain't?
But yeah, anyway, that is Andrew Colony says, I just got my mom's Wii and Wii U. I can't wait to show the kids. Oh man, that takes me back. I remember the good old days when you would walk into literally anyone's house, whether it was your grandmother or your sister.
They all had a Wii.
Everyone was playing bowling. Yeah, those were the good old days.
Everyone was doing bowling and tennis. I really liked before the Wii there was the iToy Play, and you hooked a little camera. I've talked about this before on the show. You hook a little camera up to your PlayStation, and then there were 2 games that I had for it, but one was like these ninjas would run off from, there'd be like 4 sides, like boom, 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 and boom. And ninjas would run from the sides and they jump and leap at you, but you were like visible on, because it's a camera, right? So you're there I am now. You're there as I am now, and it tracks your movements, and you're watching your arms swing around, and there'd be ninjas coming in from then. You gotta punch them as they're coming in, and you couldn't let them jump on you. And like, so you're just like swinging, you're kicking them, like you're doing all this stuff. It was so much freaking fun, that game. iToy Play. That was before the Wii.
Fuzzy Tomato says,
bring that back.
Bring that
iToy
back,
Play remastered. Bring iToy Play remastered.
You remember I remember walking into convenience stores or Walmart or whatever, and as you're going through the aisle, they would have these little Pocket Monster games that were just like full digital. Like there was no like graphics. It was just like, it looked like a Nokia, like it was like little pixels, little black pixels, and it's like you gotta feed it. And you gotta tell it you love it. You gotta check in with it, and oh god, I forgot to check in. It's been 8 hours, and you would go, and it has like a little like little sad face on it, and it'd be like $5 or whatever. Some people, that's all they do. Some people only play Candy Crush, right? Everyone's grandmother and babysitter. That's all they play.
Monopoly Go. Monopoly Go still makes like $1 billion a month.
Exactly. See, Sunrush says if Xbox comes out to $1,500 in 2026, PlayStation comes out in 2027. It will be 1,000. Could be. I feel like PlayStation's going to hang on to the triple digit as long as they can. And if PlayStation does go with 1,000, it's going to follow the Xbox model, and other hardware models, not just Xbox, but like where it's like, here is the $600 tier, and then here's a $1,000 tier, and this is what you get extra for it. And I feel like that's going to be something that they're going to move forward with in the future.
I pray to God they don't follow Microsoft's path. I really hope they don't.
They will, because that's competition. Highlander Grimm says, best podcast out there. Please tell Colt to hit that like button. I don't know what you mean by that. We are not the best podcast, but I don't know if that's what you meant. But if that is, thank you so much. But if whatever, either way, everyone hit the like button. I would appreciate it. There's 22 people liking. Excuse me. There's 22 people watching and liking. Hopefully. If we could get to 22 likes, since there's 22 people here, and 21 likes, that would be incredible. I would love you for that. Let's see. Fuzzy Tomato, I had that game, but the iToy was pretty ass. It never worked all that well for me.
I mean, listen, it was early technology. You know, you gotta respect the fact that that thing was 1,000 years old.
It's true. Sunrush says, okay, 1999. That's how they get away with it. I just emailed Colt, told him to like. Yeah, Colt's awesome, man. Colt's awesome. We'll have to get him on sometime soon. He's been on so many podcasts lately. I always feel bad asking him.
He just joined Kings. He just joined King Fanman's.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, I saw that whole episode. It was so great to see them together. It was so awesome because they met in person. He was on your show recently. I think he's going on another show again. Yeah, he's all over the place. For a channel as big as his, he's all over the place. He's so nice. You don't see Reforge or Colin Moriarty jumping on everyone else's podcast, right? No, you don't.
Because they're idiots.
Well, Arcane Realm. Speaking of idiots, Arcane. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Whoa.
Arcane. I'm just kidding. Arcane. I was talking about you earlier. I don't understand why you are not covering Bloodlines 2. I don't get it, dude. It is like
because
it
he
is.
just had a kid.
That is the weakest excuse I have ever. No, I'm just kidding. I totally understand, but it is seriously Dishonored if it was vampires. Like, it's insane, bro. You gotta check it out. He is furiously typing right now, angry that I said the idiot thing. But anyway,
Red.
Yes.
Red, we already got Dishonored with vampires. It's called Redfall.
Don't
it's Arcane's
do that to
favorite
him.
Arcane Studios game.
Don't do that.
It's his Redfall is Arcane's favorite Arcane Studios game. He has told me this in the DMs. He's told me this in person.
He just unsubscribed from the channel. Anyway,
I was
thank
going
you.
to
ask later for that.
I was going to time out Arcane, but now I'm gonna time Assassin out for that.
There you go.
Go ahead, I'm on
Get
the
him.
panel.
Get him.
Wait,
anyway.
Assassin must be a super mod too, or I lost my super mod privileges. No, Assassin.
Oh,
no, I
shit.
didn't. Assassin's a super mod. You have to make Assassin a regular mod so I can bully him as well.
I will find a way to do that.
Why? I'm not infected with Call of Duty brain rot.
That's true. Anyway, but no. Arcane, hope you're doing well. Be safe on your ride home, because he's usually driving home around this time. And
He's gonna jump in and start yelling at me.
he's like, "You motherfucker!" And we hear like horns honking. And he's like, "I'm driving over here." Arcane isn't Italian.
I'm gonna personally. No, he's not. I'm
He's
gonna
more
personally
like
clip what I said.
an American version of Canadian.
So American.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I really, really appreciate you. It's been incredible. We had so many people here tonight. And thank you so much for the super chats, or super chat from BT Maverick, and thank you, Assassin, again so much, man, for all the gifts and memberships. That was way too generous of you. It's insane how I don't know what's going on with you lately, but I appreciate it. It's very nice of you. And shout out to everyone else. I love seeing the new names. Jeremy, Sunrash, who else was here? Jesse James, which we've seen before, but I want to see more of you guys. Keeper, thank you for Keeper, the game showing up. Dion78, Fuzzy Tomato, T-Gan, Frost, Nighturnal. Well, he wasn't here, but shout out to him anyway. Frost, Ion,
Corrupt Killer.
Corrupt Killer. That's what I was looking for. Yes, the Corrupt Killer, new name in the chat. And everyone else, BT Maverick, American Fury, Barry Donnellan, Andrew Cullinane, everyone else, you guys rock. Thank you guys so much. It's incredible. I say this every week. You don't understand how much it means to see people show up just to hear you blab about your hobby. It's insane. It's insane. And I know you hear that from all the other podcasts and whatnot, but you might never really know how it feels. It's the highlight of our week. It's just incredible. It's incredible. So anyway, speaking of the week, DeMarco, tell everyone where you are, why you are, and who you are.
DeMarco, dude, why? Because I have an ego and I need external validation from my subscribers. That's why I am, and how I am is dying at the rate of 1 second per second, along with all of you guys. We're in it together. You can check me out in DeMarco, dude, link down in the description below. I am working on a Exodus video. I'm drafting it out, so it's still early stages, but I want to talk a little bit more about Exodus. And I'll also be doing, of course, my Elder Scrolls and my Bethesda stuff along the way. But I'm trying to make sure that I diversify, so you can hang out there. And we also have live show 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a double dose of DeMarco. You can check us out over there. I know a lot of you already do, and believe you me, I am incredibly grateful for that as well. So thank you guys for those of you that do check that out.
Yes, and
we talk about
podcast.
different things than what we do here. I try to make sure that it's always different stuff. You're not listening to the same thing twice.
Exactly. And his podcast, again, 6:30 Thursdays, Eastern Standard Time. Please go check that out. We actually just did an Elder Scrolls episode together that blew up, which was awesome to see. I was so happy to see that.
It got popular. It got popular enough where I have people who are commenting on it like, "Oh, this was a clickbait thing." Like, it's a VOD,
yeah,
right?
dude, it's
so
the
now
best.
people are commenting on it, going, "Oh, this is clickbait." Like one
Yep.
person just said, "You can't seriously be mystified that people click on this video and with that type of title, and then it's 90 minutes of people just shooting the breeze." And I'm like, "Well, it was a live." It's a live stream VOD, so like
Yep.
I don't know.
I remember someone saying, "Wow!" On this podcast, like a year ago, someone said, "Wow, man, a 7.5 minute intro for a 2-hour video? What the f?" I'm like, "Are you fucking stupid? This is a podcast." Some people you just gotta forgive. Some people they know not what they do and what they say.
And I don't maybe the problem is that I took out podcasts in my titles. I just say DeMarco News now. I go DeMarco News and then like whatever the thing is.
Yep.
So
Put
maybe
the
it's
podcast name back in
not,
before you get in trouble for clickbait.
It's in the thumbnail. It's at the top. I still use the same thumbnail. It's right there.
Yeah.
They don't look at the thumbnail. They look at the title.
It says Push Start Podcast in my thumbnails.
Then make it bigger.
And then when I start the show too, like every episode for the past since I've been doing this, I'm like, "Oh, welcome to the thing." It's not really like every single one. It's not funny. I know it's not funny. I just do it every time because I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm just talking for an hour. And then the other thing I don't do is timestamps too. And people are like, you think I'm gonna watch this for an hour like without timestamps? I just want to skip it. I'm like, you're not my target audience then to begin with. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Like, you're not.
Exactly.
Anyway,
and listen, ignore those people because they know not what they do. They are just.
I laugh at it. I laugh at it.
I laugh at it too. You know what I've been doing? I've been hiding people less from my channel, and I've just been responding to them with some backhanded niceness and positivity, and just saying, this is actually helping grow the channel because engagement. So thank you for your negativity. I appreciate you. But yeah, I get it. But anyway, Assassin, where can people find you? Where were you born?
The way you make it sound.
And what is your social security number? I'm the good kind of troll. I'm the troll on top of the bridge, not under the bridge.
That's actually a good saying, not gonna lie.
Thank you.
You can find me on Twitter at Assassin52.
Inside of the bridge.
Oh my god. Wouldn't that mean that you're encased in concrete, though?
Yes.
Listen, magic is weird.
Oh my god. That is a terrible fate. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at Assassin52. Unlike Red, who has his head in the clouds, and DeMarco, who sometimes follows, I'm the guy that keeps everyone grounded. We got Mr. Optimistic Red here, we got Mr. Realist DeMarco here, and I am so honored to have the crown of Pessimist. Because, in all honesty, this show wouldn't be as good if the three of us were pretty much all alike. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, a little
It's
echo
good to have
chamber.
opposing viewpoints.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like other certain podcasts, which I will not name. But anyway, so yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Assassin52. I do not make videos like these two. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Canadians are temporary non-American, says Jeremy Dalsfred. I hope I'm saying your last name right. Tell me if I'm saying it right. And don't forget, for the remaining people here watching, please don't forget to leave a comment after the video is not live anymore. It helps. Just leave an leave a poop emoji. Seriously. Do it. It helps a lot. Really, it really does. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Cheers, True77. I see you. Cheers to Dion78, who also said cheers, and I said cheers. We really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.